Another option for backgrounds is to use a solid color background. And in this case, I've used that white and black pop-up screen that I showed you in the equipment video. And this provides a very nice, solid, crisp, and clean background setting, again, that can hide any disarray or clutter that would normally be in the background in your location where you're shooting. This provides a very nice, clean look. And I get that infinity look by lighting the white screen, so you can't necessarily tell the depth of what the background is. It's just clean and nice. But let's take a look at what went into setting this up. Well, you see it sets up very quickly and easily, and by using a stand, it allows me to adjust the height depending on how high or how low I need it to be. And I've chosen to use the horizontal side because I find that it makes for a much better frame in video, because generally most of what I'm shooting for a webinar is going to be from the waist up. So I don't necessarily need a full length body shot, though if I did, I could just turn it vertically. But let's take a look at exactly how to light it so that you get that clear, crisp, clean, white look. First, I'm going to turn off the lights that I'm using to light it, so you can see that without the lights, well, you're going to get a lot of shadows on it. You see some of the wrinkles that are in it. It's not a very attractive background in terms of the video. So by taking two of these light banks, these are the fluorescent 600 watt equivalent lights that are in the soft boxes, this produces a nice even white light to shine against the background. And I have one of these on either side, which allows me to get very intense light projected on the white backdrop. And essentially what I'm doing is blowing out the white so it becomes so bright that by standing a few feet in front of it and separating myself from the background, I get a very bright background, but I can be lit and be a little bit more natural looking. So if I turn the fluorescent lights on the background, and I want to position them so they're kind of at an angle. I don't want it directly facing back, because then it's gonna be very intense on the edge, but not in the middle. So I want to kind of spread the light, so to speak. So I'm going to angle them in just a bit, and you'll see I can't just throw one light on, because now I get uneven tones. So I definitely need at least two lights. Ideally, I would need a third one over the top, but in this case, two of these light banks is going to be just sufficient, because, well, the area that I'm lighting is not that big. So that does it. That's very even, and it's very bright white. Now, if I were to stand further back, you can see I kind of blend into the background now, right? So I definitely am going to need additional lighting for myself separate from what's lighting the backdrop. And that's what we're going to go into detail on in the next video. But for now, that's how to light one of these white screens. Put one of these softbox lights on either side. You'll get a lot of intense light, and it'll really make the screen pop. So let's flip the screen over and take a look at the other side of it. Okay, so I flipped over the backdrop to the reverse side, the black side, and have gone ahead and hung it up on the stand behind me. But there's a quick note that I want to make about using this, and that is that The Velcro straps on the sides really by themselves are not ideal. So you're going to need some additional clips like these that you can get at the home improvement store just to secure it to a stand if you're going to go that route, or to secure it against something if you need. These come in very handy, so it's a good idea to always have these on hand. So I'm just going to use these to clip the sides, so that way it's very stable and sturdy. It's not going to sway back and forth or anything like that. If I were to just rely on the Velcro straps, that probably would not provide enough support. The other thing in using the black side, unlike the white side, is I don't need a lot of light on it, because actually, as you can see, by having the two light banks on the same way that I did on the white side, it actually, well, makes the black look kind of blue. So I'm going to turn those off. And now I get a nice, clean, black background that I can shoot against. And of course, again, I still want to be lit separately from the background so that I'm not going to be in shadows and I am properly lit. In fact, while I am wearing black, which is probably not the best thing to wear against black, by lighting myself separately, I still pop out a bit from the blackness of the background. So that's another option for a backdrop, is to have that same infinity look, but with black instead of white. Let's take a look at one more type of backdrop that you can potentially use. One more thing I'll mention about using one of these screens is they pop up very easily, but getting them back down from their 5x7 way is a little bit more challenging. So real quickly, I'll go through, if you do plan on using one of these, I'd like to show you how to properly close it. First of all, you want to grab both of the short ends together, like this, and then simply cross one hand, and this is the hard part, one hand over the other, and it should twist up and fold into a little circle. And this goes into its bag. So that's, in a nutshell, how to fold up your screen once you're done.